Alright, gonna hunt me some chicken. There it is. Gonna fry me some chicken. What is up, guys? MegaPunch here. Today we'll be covering the Ars Magica mod. Notice the magic fireball in my hand. Woo! Fire. This mod adds two major things to world generation, as well as some smaller things. Most noticeably, you'll see a lot of these. These are witchwood trees. This wood from them can be used to craft this magic altar, as well as some other things. And then you'll see this stuff here. This is liquid Ethereum. It doesn't hurt you to touch it or anything like that, but it is used to get started with this mod. So the first thing you need to do is you need to find like a small pond of this. I believe that the smallest size it can be is a 2x2 square like this. However, it can be bigger and of different shapes and sizes. So the first thing you need to do is to place an item frame next to a pond of this liquid Ethereum. And in that item frame, we will place a book. And let's just see, we'll have some crazy magic going on now. And this will create our arcane compendium. Now, hopped into game mode 0 for just a second so I can grab this out of the item frame without it disappearing. Now, the arcane compendium is a pretty cool thing that the developers put into this mod. You look at this guy here, and it is basically a guidebook to walk you through everything. However, some of the things are only unlocked in the compendium after you've completed certain achievements, so you won't be able to see everything right at first. Anyways, I'll let you guys look through that more on your own time. I mean, there's tons and tons and tons of things and subcategories within these, and actually my book here isn't even all the way unlocked. This is just where I'm at magic level 11. If you look down here, it says a little blue 11 there. Alright, so the next thing you need to do is create this guy here. Now this is an oculus. So the oculus is kind of the way that you spend the magic points that you gain by leveling up your magic levels. To start off with, at level 1 you get 3. And they would be up here, these blue ones. Now notice there are different color coded levels you can get, and they kind of correspond to more difficult skills down on the tree. So you notice here I have a few things here, a few things here. You have a few categories. You have offense, so that fireball I was showing you, that would come from the offense category. There's a defense. We'll have to play with this more later on. I don't have anything unlocked right now with this. However, I mean, you can jump higher, looks like. You can cast regeneration on yourself, heal yourself. This is what I really like, is the utilities, actually. Now the key here when you're getting started is to put all your points into one of these trees. The first time I played through this mod, I put like 1 point here, and 1 point there, and 1 point here. And then I was stuck. I couldn't make any spells because I didn't have any of these other components. So you're going to probably want to choose utility, this guy here, because the dig spell and the light spell are both really cheap. You'll notice in the corner over here when I go back, I have that blue mana bar. So when I say cheap, they don't cost a whole lot of mana. You can cast the spells a whole lot and be able to level up. So going back to utility, a couple of cool spells you can make are dig and light with the first 3 points. Now, there are two things you need to keep in mind. You have spell shapes and you have spell types, I believe is what these are. So the shapes, you have like touch, so you have to physically touch something to cast a spell on it. You have self, which targets yourself, and then you have projectile, so it's like that fireball was a projectile one. So you have to have one spell shape for these, and then after that you have types. And what's cool about these is you can actually mix and match. So I can make a spell if I really wanted to, that I could make a projectile that digs and, I don't know, casts a fireball or a lightning ball at a target. So there's a huge variety as to like what you can do with these. So I'm going to show you how to make a couple quick and easy spells. It would take way too long to go through every single little feature of this. But yeah, to get started, the Oculus. Let's look at the craft guide real quick. How do you spell that? Okay, jumping into game mode 0 real quick. Or game mode 1, I mean. Oculus, goodness. Yeah, I'm not sure why that didn't pop up before, but to craft this you need 3 stone bricks, 1 just pane of regular glass, or block of glass I should say, 1 blue topaz, this is just an ore that spawns really commonly around, and 2 pieces of coal. So that gets you started with the Oculus. Okay, it's getting dark. There we go. Alright, so after you get the Oculus going, you'll need to build this bad boy here. Now this isn't too bad, but it has to be exactly like this. So you'll notice I have a few things here. This is the actual magic altar itself. These are steps, notice here. So I got some on the top. I got these caps, and then you got the base. So the base is a 5x5 of either witchwood. I believe you can use like cobblestone though if you wanted to, or maybe it's bricks actually. And then you'll need some of these. These are magic walls. The magic walls are pretty easy. You get I'll show you. Not sure why my craft guide is not working. So the magic walls are crafted like this, where I get Vintium dust here, a Vintium dust here, and a stone, just a regular stone, not cobble or brick, just stone there. They use 16 of these, so this is actually really cheap, because again, it's Vintium dust, pretty common. Alright, so you'll need to go 1, 2, 3 of these high, and on both sides, and then same thing with the whatever resource you use to make the pillars of this guy. After that, you'll need 5 of whatever you're going to use for your capstone. Now I've just got to use glass here because it's a cheap and easy resource, and I was playing this on creative. So you got 4 on each, or 1 on top of it, 1 on top of each of those pillars for 4, and you have 1 here in the middle. At the end, you'll need to put together this guy here. This is the actual magic altar bit here. Later on I might do a video from some more advanced stuff for this mod. You would see in that video that if we had like a magic obelisk or something that was channeling extra magical energy, it would pair to this. Let's talk about how to make that guy. So hopefully my craft guide is working now. It sure isn't. So we'll jump in here. Let's see. It's this guy here, crafting altar. So to make this guy, you need just a stone and a Vintium dust. Now, there's some other cool things you can use with these. like this armor imbuement table later on when you get really far down. You can actually add custom effects to your armor that can't be added any other way, which is pretty cool. Those are fed off of your magic levels. Now, last thing you'll need in crafting this whole apparatus is one of these guys. A lectern is what it's called. And it is crafted like this. 3 planks here, 1 plank there, so slabs, plank, and you'll need 1 lever. That's all done and incomplete. Then you'll be able to move on to the actual inscription of spells. So you'll need one of these guys. This is an inscription table. Again, I think there's 3 levels of this. This is just the basic one to create this guy. You do it like that. So you need a spell parchment, which is made with 2 sticks and a piece of paper, 3 slabs, 2 planks, a torch, and a feather. Now, you lay this guy down like a bed, so if I wanted him to go this direction, I would actually place him here. So I right click there, and because I'm in creative mode, I have like all this stuff available to me. But let's say I wasn't in creative mode. I'll just have the stuff that I have unlocked so far. So when I was talking about the spell shapes earlier, so I have touch and projectile available. That's what these guys are, and they go into this box here. Now the actual effects, which right now I have unlocked dig, light, force damage, and fire damage, they go down here. So let's take this book and quill, just plop them down right in there like that. Let's say I want to make a touch and a dig spell. This is the very first most basic spell you can make, but it's definitely the most useful, especially for leveling up and getting more spell points so you can unlock some of these other things. And then we'll just name this guy Diggy Diggy. Shout out to Simon and Lewis there. Oh, is it getting dark again? There. Alright. So, you take this guy, you plop him down here, and it opens up. Now to activate this whole guy and get this spell creation started, what you'll need is some cobblestone. So you can grab some of this, and a whole bunch of other ingredients. I'll probably cheat for them real quick, because I don't feel like running around this video to try to get them. But the cobblestone, you take that, make a square, make an arrow, and we have these blink runes. So every spell, doesn't matter what it is, will start out exactly the same. Oh, before we do that though, I forgot this. So, in this spell book that we made, you can actually read that like you would a normal spell. This has that there. So it's a touch type of spell. And this is the spell components that we need. So it always starts out the blink rune, doesn't matter what spell it is. This will always be used to activate the magic altar. And then it has everything else you would need for that. So let's put the guy back here. Let's take this and we just toss him in there. So now we see some stuff going here. And what's cool about this is this book here will actually show us what we need to throw in to continue the process here. So let's jump back into creative. Let's grab a Vintium dust. Looks like we'll need a feather. I'm just gonna toss them over there. A fish. Why you need a fish to make a digging spell, I don't know, but there we go. Some clay. An orange rune. Now maybe I should show you this. So, in order to make the colored runes, let's run over here to the crafting table. You just take a blank rune and you chuck some dye in there with it, and it creates the colored runes. And there's every color imaginable. I guess 16, I think is what it is. Minecraft colors. Iron shovel. Now these are kind of specific to the type, so I couldn't use a stone shovel here. I would have to use an iron shovel. Iron pickaxe. And again, that spell parchment. And every spell will always end with a spell parchment. So there we go. Throw those in there, plays the chime. We go and we pick up our new fancy spell. Now when you open it for the first time, you'll have the name we typed earlier, and it just has this really generic thing. But I could like select whatever that is, a sword, some crazy things. Again, there's all sorts of graphics here to help you kind of determine what you want your spell to look like in your toolbar. For now, let's find something that looks like it might be digging or something. I don't know. This guy sounds good. Now, here's for the fun part. Let's go back into game mode. 0. So now I want you to pay attention. You got a red Burnout Bar to the bottom left, and you have a blue Mana Bar to the bottom right. Now those bars are, you can move those. I see they're kind of in the way right now of some other things. That's totally configurable. In fact, let's do that right now. So it's Ars Magica user interface config. You type here, and then you can just kind of drag and drop these guys wherever you want. So let's say I want that up here instead. I want that guy over here, there. Now nothing's in the way. Anyways, so this is a touch spell, so I can't do it from like back here. But if I come up here next to it, there we go. I'm digging. This can do anything that can be mined with a shovel or a pickaxe. Now if I go really fast, not the men on the right will drain, you'll notice. This spell is not so great because it's super cheap, and I'm at spell level 11 right now, so you don't see a ton. But look at the Burnout Bar on the left. The more I cast spells, the higher that Burnout Bar gets. Oh, thank you for saving server. Oh, by the way, we're online. This is the official Minecraft server for this mod pack. Pretty awesome. So all the stuff that I'm doing in here, you'll be able to see on the server if you want to jump on with me. There is some stipulations. There is a whitelist. You have to be approved to get on here. In the past, I had servers that were completely open, and that was fine. But I'd like to control kind of some more of the chaos this time around, and not have so many griefers as what we had before. That was causing issues. So notice right now I can't cast this spell because my burnout's too high and my mana's too low. If I wait, the burnout will go down, the mana will go up, and I'll be able to KFC that chicken. Now there's all sorts of crazy spells you can make. This was just a really basic demo, intro on how to make spells. If you guys do want more on in-depth things with Ars Magica, let me know in the comments below. I'd be glad to go through and talk about some of the like crafting altars, the obelisk, there's like a, what do you call it? There's some crazy stuff. Yeah, there's like the mage armor, like the Magitech goggles. Like yeah, there's crazy stuff. It's awesome. It's fun. It's fantastic. They're like essences that can be refined. They're infinity orbs which can give you points in magic. There are items you have to craft for really advanced spells. There's cake. Who doesn't love cake? Look at that, it's a cake. Yeah, hit me up in the comments below if you have any questions about this, or send me an email to my MegaPunchMC@gmail.com. I'll be glad to answer questions for you as well there. Yay! Fire!